Hello, welcome back. It's been about 30 seconds since the last video for me. I had enough time to take a sip of coffee. That's why I'm laughing. And also laughing because this is still pretty funny to me, making relationship coach videos on a brand new relationship coach, Daniel Johnson relationshipcoach.com. Sign up today. You got a $500,000 package for only $9.99 a month. How can you pass that up? Sorry. It's not funny. This is serious. This is painful relationship problems. These are people's lives where they're in pain. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Coming back. Today's topic how to get what you need. How to get what you need. This is one that, all right, I mean, all this stuff I'm still learning myself too. So, obviously, how to get what you need. Because you can give and give and give and give. And then the last video was about how you should do that. You should just give and give and give. Because that's what love is. Love is a one-way expression of giving, 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 giving. Love is into taking, taking, taking. I mean, love is giving to yourself. Giving, 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 giving. But that's a S.N. Goenka quote right there. Love is a one-way street. Only giving, only giving. For those who know S.N. Goenka. So you should give, give, give. But you can't get past the, but there's always the but. There's always the but of like, but I'm still a human being and I have my needs. And I have my needs. How do I get my needs met? Because, yeah, I mean, it's true. We want things, we need things in the relationship. And so when does that happen? When is it, I feel like I'm giving and giving and giving. And so I think this is what I'm hearing from you. This is the topic that I'm hearing from you. Is like, yeah, I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving. But when do I get something? I just need something, just a little bit. I just need something to kind of fill me up because I'm hurting and stuff like that. So here's what I would say. All right, and you can take it or leave it. Here's what I would say. First of all, you're not going to get anything if your partner is shut down, if they are triggered and closed. I mean, maybe you have a stellar partner who's just amazing, who digs deep in those hard moments and recognizes, oh, I'm triggered. Now's the time to go within, take my breath, do my practice, find my heart, open my heart into the pain. Boom. What do you need, babe? What do you need right now? Maybe that's your partner that's just like takes the pain and gives anyways, which is fantastic. Hey, if you've got that partner, great. But otherwise, you're probably not going to get your needs met. If your partner's shut down, closed, tight, triggered, reactive, in a lot of pain themselves. Because it's so hard if you're in pain. And you know this too, because when you're in pain, it's hard to give. When they're in pain, it's hard to give. So I think that's step number one, rule number one, is that you're not going to get your needs met if they're triggered as F. If they are tight and constricted. So your job as the loving partner is to guide them out of that constriction, to bring them back into their heart. Because where are you going to get your needs met? When they are in their hearts, right? I mean, are you following me here? When they're in their heart, and they might not just instantly start giving you what you want, or they might start giving you things that you didn't even know you needed and know you wanted, because all sorts of magical things can happen from the heart. So step one is helping them get back into their heart. And this is an interesting overlap, because right now I'm reading a book, No Drama Discipline, about parenting. And so there's an overlap here with the kids. Step one in that book for parenting and disciplining kids, step one that they say is connect. And the idea being that you need to help them regulate their emotions. So a child is having a tantrum, you need to connect, calm, be that supportive, solid, steady person for them to calm down, to breathe, to get back into their thinking mind, back into their heart, back into their normal self. And that's where you can start to think about educating them on, proper behavior or whatever. So that's the parenting book, but it's such an overlap. Step one is like guiding them back into their heart. And what's going to do that? The only thing that's going to do that is love and connection, presence, being with them, hearing them, listening to them, loving the junk out of them. Love. And not just loving them, but the opposite too, not threatening them, which is also an overlap of the book. If you punish a child, you're threatening them, you're sending them into an even more dysregulated emotional state. And this is what we do with our partners, with our wives, our husbands, is threaten them and put them into an even deeper state of emotional dysregulation, of trigger, if you want to call it that, of suffering, of tightness. So don't threaten them. And that doesn't mean like literally verbally threaten them or take a knife and point it at them. But there's so many things that can be threatening in more subtle ways, like being accusatory, blaming, rejecting, anything that's criticizing or harsh or pushing their buttons. And you know what? You probably know their buttons better than anybody else. So you know what's going to threaten them, because not everything threatens everybody. One person, you could probably insult them all day and they're like, it's just words. But you do, like you say, I'm leaving you tomorrow, and they freak out. Or another person, maybe the insults are what get them. You know what pushes their buttons. Stop pushing them. Stop pushing the buttons. Like today, right now, stop. Because you're not going to get what you need. You're not going to get what you want by pushing their buttons. And that's why the other video I just made was important, because this isn't like other relationships. If it's a negotiation, if you're at war with someone, if you're in a hostile environment, maybe pushing buttons is a useful tactic. Like, the President Trump thing, he could push a lot of people's buttons, and he was using it as a tactic for his own political ends. And his enemies could also push buttons really well, and both people push buttons. That's why politics is such a horrible, disgusting space to be in, because everyone's just trying to trigger each other. And maybe that's useful because it throws your opponent off guard, and maybe then you can, attack or whatever. And I'm not saying that's bad, but that's not in your marriage. Okay, coming back. That was a tangent there. Coming back. Stop pushing their buttons. Stop threatening them. Because you're not going to get what you want if they are threatened, if they're triggered, if they're in this dysregulated state. And start loving and connecting. And what do? Presence, listening, be there. I love you. I appreciate you. Babe, it's going to be all right. We're going to get through this. I'm so sorry that I'm hurting you like this. I don't want you to hurt. I love you so much. And you mean so much to me. Come here, let me just hold you for a minute. I'm so sorry this is painful like this. We can do this, babe, we can do this. And I know that I'm totally at fault too. I'm totally messing things up. And I'm sorry, but I know we can do this still. And maybe those words work for your situation or maybe not. It's not about the words, it's about what works for that situation. You know what pushes your partner's buttons. You probably also know what calms them down. If you've been paying attention, if you're not, then you should be paying attention. So step 1, help them emotionally regulate, come back, calm, back into their heart, and fill them up. Fill up that heart. I appreciate you. I love you. You're amazing to me. You have so many good qualities. You do this thing that no one else does, and you have that quality that's just so beautiful. And I love when you have these things. I love seeing those, and that's why I married you, and I just love it so much. You're so beautiful. It's so amazing and so perfect for me. I'm so glad to have you in my life. Just fill the tank until it's love, 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 love. That's step 1. And then don't just be all of a sudden like, boom, and here's a threat. Boom, here's my need. Here's my request. And just crunch. Shut that heart back down. That's not how it works. So step 2, that's not going to work. Step 2, don't just go straight back to constricting, tightening, which, that's going to be what you want to do because you're trying to get your needs met. I'm trying to get my needs met. That part of me is most likely an unskillful part of me. It's this part of me that's like, I don't even know what my need is, or I don't know how to say it. Like, maybe it's like a kind of youthful pattern from my childhood of how I tried to get my needs met from my parents, which, is not important to go into, but it's like, but you're not doing this, right? So that is probably the tendency, the habit to want to kind of go back to that and express that. Oh, she's opening up. My partner, their heart's opening up. Now I can just kind of dump all my shit on them and they'll take care of me, take care of my needs. So step 2 is to not just kind of just instantly shut things down again. And by the way, I'm just making up the steps as I go, so it looks like we've got 2 steps so far. How we doing? We having fun? Hopefully we're having fun. It's turning into a long video, I think, but I'm enjoying myself, so hopefully this is helpful. Then I think step 3 is, okay, I think so. I think step 3 is trying to get out of like an entitlement mindset, like that I'm entitled. Like, look, I just loved her. I'm entitled to my piece of the pie. Or, for God's sake, this is a marriage. I'm entitled to a little bit of love from my partner. Like she made these vows. I'm entitled to cash in on these vows. Which, maybe there's some truth to that. Like maybe you are like legitimately entitled. Like, yeah, you deserve it. You totally deserve it. But is that attitude going to help you get what you want or what you need? Which is the important part. Like, let's come back. Come back to what you want. You want whatever the result is. I want the love. I want this caring. I want this kind of response from her. Are you going to get it by feeling entitled? And I don't think you are, because feeling entitled is going to put things back into that constricted, tightened space. And it makes sense, because I mean, when you're feeling entitled, it's like you're putting a demand on this person's heart. And that's not what the heart kind of like. The heart doesn't just naturally respond to demands. Usually a demand kind of closes the heart. So getting out of the sense of the entitled, even if you are genuinely entitled, okay, I'll give it to you. You are so entitled to it. You deserve it 100%. Great. And put that aside. And so I think step 4, coming back to what you want And then just genuinely asking in a way that is still connected to a heart, still connected to your heart, where your heart's open, where their heart's open, where you're not expecting, demanding, feeling entitled. Like, hey, I know you don't have to do this to me, for me. You don't, I know I'm not entitled to anything, but like, would you do this? It would mean so much to me. I would really love this thing. Can you, say you're sorry? I know that's a lot to ask. I mean, I don't want to be weird, like demanding an apology, but like, could you say you're sorry? I mean, it would just really help me heal to hear that from you. I would love to hear that from you. Right? I'm like, this is me trying to give an example. Trying to ask for something, but in a way that's not threatening and aggressive. I don't know if those words work or not, but that's an example. Hey, could you, tell me what you appreciate about me? I know it sounds kind of cheesy or weird, but like right now I'm just like, I feel like, I guess I'm feeling unappreciated. I know it's like, that could just be me and my own stuff, and I don't want to dump my stuff on you, but like, I think it would just feel nice just to hear again, like, do you appreciate me? Like, what do you appreciate? Can you just tell me? I would love to hear it. I don't know. That's another example. Are these examples coming across is something that might work? And it might not work. I mean, maybe she's not ready to do that, he or she, partner. Maybe they're not ready to do that. Maybe they're still closed. All right, I'm just looking at the time and realizing I got to wrap this up. This little experiment. Man, I still have more to say on the topic. I'm just flowing. I hope this is useful. I hope this is, got a good vibration to it. Something that opens the heart, lifts you up. I hope this comes across as genuine and sincere. Because it's a little weird for me making a video in front of the camera like this. But I wanted to share. I care about this stuff. I guess at the very worst, I've just entertained myself. But we'll pick it up. We'll do more. I like it. I like helping. I like sharing. I like giving. If any of it's useful, please take it. Take advantage of it. Use it. All right. Be happy. Take a breath. You got this. You're going to get through this. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I know you can do it.